Okay, I did a couple casts and I had one on, a bigger fish. I had it about almost to the top of the water and then it popped off because I can't let these fish run that long. If I let them run with the bait and swallow it, they're gonna end up in the sticks and branches and everything, so I'm gonna end up losing them. So what I'm gonna try to do, sometimes I've done it more than once, you catch the same fish that took the first one and you missed it, and they'll come back because, like I say, food's pretty scarce in these little creeks. So I'm gonna try again, same spot as the last one, in the same spot we just missed it. I was trying to drop it pretty precisely in that little tiny hole that the other one was in before, and this one seemed to be in as well, the exact same spot. Cast it up here and nothing, and it looks to me like it's a better spot. And this one here that I'm in, for whatever reason I like it. Maybe it's a little bit deeper, there's a spring there. I got the take now. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is another little one. This isn't the one I missed. Yeah, this isn't a good hook either, so I'm going to keep this little one too. They're just little ones, but this isn't a big river. This isn't a big creek. So instead of handling and releasing, like catch and release a bunch of fish, even with a barbed minnow, if I'm using live bait, 9 times out of 10 these fish are not going to live anyway. And so this is a healthy little creek. It runs very long. It runs all the way to the Ottawa River. Like most of the little rivers and creeks around this area, they tend to feed into the Ottawa eventually. They go a long way though, and that makes them pretty rural. I mean, you go back, you can go kilometers and kilometers back here, and you'll never see a person because there's no access to them. So that makes these rivers and creeks a little healthy and not something that can be really fished out. You know, there's not just the one spot. You're not just looking, you know, you can't park a boat and drive down. You have to actually bushwhack to get through this, and it's thicker than my spot down south. So anyway, I don't mind taking some. Alright, I want to show you. This makes for a really good lesson in brook trout fishing. So, and a point here, right down in there, under those branches right there, is a trout. And the reason I know there's a trout is because I cast up there, and there's some nice deep water right here, but the sun's out, it's not an overcast day, and it's really warm. So that trout that might have been normally sitting there, like in the spring or the fall, in nice cold water, or in a cloudy day or rainy day, sitting there feeding as the current comes down, is off over here because he wants to get in the shade, he wants to get in cover. So what happened was I cast here and then let it fall back, and I didn't want to get it too far back because I didn't know what was in there and I didn't want to get snagged. So I pulled out, and the fish followed it out too. And I pulled away in time because I wanted to be able to film this. So I pulled out, and the fish came out in this pool, came back around, took another stab at the worm, and then went back right underneath cover. So if I can get a perfect cast and everything to work, I might be able to get that fish from out of cover. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna give it a couple twitches to get the predatory instinct going. I'm gonna let it fall underneath the branches. Give it another twitch. Trying to entice it to come out. It's not going to come out that time. They say it might be, and very well could be, all the way up here. And the last thing that fish wants to do is come out of cover. Oh, there's a take. Oh, I missed it. Shoot. And I'll let my line drop a little bit. Okay. Oh, I missed it again. Oh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. It's still there. It's still there. Oh, I don't know if you saw that. It's gone back to this pool over here on the left. I didn't see it go back. So it might still be in that pool. Let's see. Let's see if it stayed in the pool or if it went back. It's going to be a whole lot easier to catch it out of this pool here on the left than it is under the sticks and whatnot, although there's sticks everywhere. Oh, there it goes. Hammered it. Oh, it goes. Oh. Oh. There we go. Oh, I gotta fall in the creek. Oh, shoot. It's sand here and I'm falling backwards. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, good. Okay, so there we go. That worked. I don't know how much of that you saw, but what was interesting too is there was actually more than one fish in that pool, and they both came out and both tried to take it. And as I was filming this pool over here, you might have heard a splash. That's because over here on the left, which I don't know if you can see here, right over in here, there's a fish working that little pool there too, coming up and feeding on bugs or something on the surface. So for today anyway, I figured out the pattern. The pattern is find those little tiny pockets of water that are deeper than normal, and that's where the fish are going to hang out. So we can try this again.